Take a moment and really sit with this, not quickly, not as background noise, but properly. Imagine your life years from now, not just your bank account, not just your career, your actual life, the memories you carry, the experiences you've lived, the people you've loved, the moments that shaped you. Now ask yourself something quietly, honestly. Will your life feel full or just financially efficient? Because those two things are not the same. And most people spend decades chasing one while quietly neglecting the other. Two lives, same opportunity, different outcome. Let me paint you a picture. Two people, same city, same opportunities, same access to earning, saving, and building. But they make very different choices. The first person is disciplined, focused, responsible. They work hard, they save aggressively, they avoid unnecessary spending, they delay gratification at every turn. They tell themselves, I'll enjoy life later. I'll travel when I have more. I'll slow down when things are secure. And at first, this feels right. It feels smart. It feels mature. It feels like progress. But slowly, something begins to happen. Life keeps moving. Opportunities pass quietly. Moments slip by unnoticed. Time moves forward without asking for permission. And this person keeps waiting for the right time to finally live. Now, the second person. They are not reckless. They are not irresponsible. They still work. They still save. They still plan. But they understand something different. They understand that money is not the goal. It's a tool to experience life, not avoid it. So they make different decisions. They travel, not endlessly, but intentionally. They invest in experiences, not just possessions. They create memories, not just savings accounts. They don't wait forever. They balance, and over time, something powerful becomes clear. The first person may accumulate more money, but the second person accumulates something money cannot replace, a life that was actually lived. The lie we're all taught about money. Most of us were never taught how to use money. We were taught how to earn it, how to save it, how to avoid losing it. But no one really sat us down and said, this is how you use money to build a meaningful life. So we default to what feels safe. We accumulate, we delay, we postpone, we build financial security while quietly sacrificing life experiences that cannot be reclaimed later. And because everyone around us is doing the same thing, it feels normal. But normal doesn't always mean right. The dangerous comfort of later. Later is one of the most dangerous words in personal finance because it feels harmless, it feels logical, it feels responsible. But later is often just a softer way of saying not now, even though now is the only time I actually have. And the problem is this: life doesn't pause while you wait. Your energy changes, your health changes. Your relationships change, your opportunities change. There are things you can only fully experience at certain stages of life. Adventures when your body is strong, time with your children while they are still young, moments with your parents while they are still here, freedom when your responsibilities are lighter. These are not permanent windows. They close quietly without warning, and once they do, no amount of money can reopen them. Time versus money, the truth people avoid. Here's the truth most people intellectually understand, but don't emotionally act on. You can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. And even more importantly, you cannot recreate the same version of yourself at a later point in life. You won't have the same energy, the same curiosity, the same relationships, the same context. And that means this: some experiences are only valuable at the time they're meant to happen, not later. Now, if this is shifting something in how you think about money and life, I want to gently point you toward a book that explains this idea far more deeply. It's called Die with Zero: Getting All You Can from Your Money and Your Life This isn't just another finance book about saving or investing. It challenges something much deeper, the idea that accumulating money is the ultimate goal. Instead, it teaches you how to use money at the right time in your life to maximize experiences, meaning, and fulfillment. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right financially, but something still feels missing, this book will connect those dots for you in a powerful way. The link is in the description. Let's continue. The hidden cost of oversaving. Saving money is important, but there's a version of saving that becomes harmful. And most people don't even realize when they've crossed into it because oversaving looks responsible. No one questions it. But oversaving has a hidden cost. It disconnects you from your life. You stop saying yes to things that matter. You start viewing experiences as expenses instead of investments. You delay moments that would have enriched your life because they don't feel financially optimal. And over time, your life becomes efficient, but empty. Not empty in a dramatic way, but quietly, subtly. You look back and realize you were always preparing, but rarely fully living. Memory dividends, the idea that changes everything. One of the most powerful concepts is something called memory dividends. The idea is simple but profound. When you invest in experiences, they don't just give you value once, they continue to pay you back for years. You remember them, you reflect on them, you grow from them. They shape how you see the world. A trip you take in your 20s doesn't just exist in that moment, it becomes part of your identity. A meaningful experience with loved ones doesn't disappear, it compounds emotionally. Now compare that to material purchases. Most things you buy lose their impact quickly. They become normal, they fade into the background, but experiences, they stay. And that changes everything about how you should think about spending. What a well lived financial life actually looks like. A well lived financial life is not about extremes. It's not about spending everything. It's not about saving everything. It's about alignment. It's about asking, am I using my money in a way that supports my life right now, not just someday? It's about balance, saving enough to be secure, investing enough to grow, but also living enough to feel alive. Because what's the point of building a life if you're not actually present in it? The regret you don't want to carry. If you listen to people later in life, there's something you'll notice. Their biggest regrets are rarely about money. They don't say, I wish I saved more. They say, I wish I had lived more. I wish I had taken that trip. I wish I had spent more time with the people I love. I wish I hadn't waited so long. And those regrets don't come from lack of discipline. They come from imbalance, from overvaluing the future and undervaluing the present. Final shift, what this really means for you. So here's the shift I want you to take with you. Money is not the destination, it's the tool. And if you spend your entire life optimizing the tool, but never fully using it, you miss the point. You don't need to be reckless. You don't need to abandon financial discipline, but you do need to start asking better questions. Not just how much can I save, but what kind of life am I building while I save? If this perspective resonated with you, I genuinely recommend reading Die with Zero, Getting All You Can from Your Money and Your Life. It has the potential to completely reframe how you think about money, time, and what it means to live well. And sometimes one shift in perspective at the right time can change the entire direction of your life. Check out the book. The link's in the video. If you got value from this video, take a moment to like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Because this isn't just about money. It's about not reaching the end of your life, realizing you waited too long to start living it. Finally, if you liked this video, please watch the next one on your screen, where I talk about stop upgrading out of boredom and financial stability rules.